So we're joined by Alana Jenkins today, who won the Alumni Open. So this is the first meet of the season for the UW-Eau Claire women's cross country team.
Yep.
How did you feel it went?
I think it went really well. We had a big pack until the 2 mile, which was our goal to sort of, obviously we don't have other schools we're competing against, so just to run as a team, and then if you feel good with a mile to go, just go. So it felt really good to know my teammates were right behind me, and at the end there Lucy Ramquist came up and she was like, let's do it, and that helped a bunch because there's a hill at the end.
Does it feel weird competing against other alumni who have run in this program before? Or do you...
Kind of. I mean, this is the first year where we had those 3 girls who came in first beat us all by a ton, and Steph Solstrom just graduated last year, and actually Alyssa did too. So we're sort of used to them being in front of us because they were upperclassmen and we were underclassmen. So it almost felt natural, I guess. It might look kind of weird though.
Seeing as how this is the first meet of the season, you've only been running for practices and everything. How overall do you feel like you're improving as a team?
I think so.
Are your goals?
Yeah, it's still really early, I guess, to tell. It's what Dan keeps saying, and it's such a long season, we run until November. But like I said, it's like a pack sport, and that's how teams do really well. So I think today was a good show of that, at least. We can get faster, I know that.
And I know you have a lot of incoming freshmen and sophomores on the team, so it's a really young team this year. So how is it helping them transition into the college atmosphere, varsity level, from what they're used to in high school?
Yeah, well, I guess for me, as far as the transition just to college, being on the team helped because you have all these people you know right away, and I don't even know what college would have been like without that. I guess everyone else makes it, but I don't know. I think that Dan starts everyone off with what they can handle, and he's good at communicating with freshmen just to make sure that everyone's not overworked. And I think that's really good. He doesn't just say, this is how much you run. He really looks at each athlete.
And as far as I know the season's still, just starting off, but you guys have had 6 straight conference championships. Do you feel a sort of pressure from a target on your back from the other teams in the conference this year to perform as well as you have been?
Probably. I mean, we don't hear a lot of that. I'm sure that they're sort of looking to us as a team to beat just because of the history of it, but I also don't think that we ever go in assuming we're going to win, which is good as well. We're a little more modest, I'd like to think, and again, the pack is the key to winning that meet. So.
All right, I am joined here today by Ryan Mugan on the Eau Claire cross country team, winner of today's Alumni Open. So, Ryan, how did you think, for being the first meet of the year for the men's cross country team, how did you think everything went? Did it go as planned?
Yeah. I think coming in it was more of just with the heat and everything. It's so early. It's more just a workout and practice running together. Haven't really seen the results yet, but from what I could tell, it looks like we came in decently strong. So, despite the heat and whatnot.
Was it competitive edge different from what you've been doing in practice for the past 2 weeks? Is it a nice kind of a change?
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice little mix-up. Obviously, we don't want to race workouts too much or compete against each other as much, but definitely nice to get the gun going off and a little more official and whatnot, but it'll be nice to get in a real race as well.
And I know it's still early in the season, but for the goal, your goals for the cross-country team, are they going as you hoped they would, just starting out, seeing how everything goes and then trying to build up step by step?
I guess, as a team, we kind of, we set, kind of expectations for, the little things, what's going to help us reach those goals, but as of now, we're still kind of, waiting to see how the team shapes up before we really put, a concrete, we want to do this, we got to wait and see what we have before we put out some numbers, but yeah.
And I've noticed that the men's team has a lot of, is really young this year.
Yeah,
there's
definitely
not a lot of upper class leadership. So how does the few upperclassmen help the younger people transition in the cross country?
I think they've just been around for those 4 years, and they've kind of seen they've seen some of the greats that have come through the program, seen what they've done, and Camp Manitoba we go to every year at the end of the year. They kind of set some expectations, and kind of let the freshmen know, like, coming in, like, this is what the best guys are doing, and obviously just try to meet that.
And are you excited for the rest of the season from what you've seen today?
Yeah, definitely. It only gets better from here, so every race kind of gets more important, which is definitely pretty cool.
Okay, I am with the head coach of the UW-EC men's and women's cross country teams. So, Coach, I know this is the first meet of the season.
Yeah.
You really haven't had a lot of meets, just practices yet. So, overall, generally, did you expect the teams to?
Yeah, today was our alumni meet, so, and obviously an extremely warm day. So with both the men and women, I told them really this is a good workout. And last week we had a time trial. This week we have the alumni, so it's a little bit more of a race situation. And then next week will be our first meet against outside competition other than alumni. But I thought it went well. I haven't really even gotten a chance to look at the results yet, but on the guys' side, the alumni had a great crew. There was a national champion and 4 or 5 All-Americans that were the alums there. So I think the alums beat the men's team, but that's probably one of the best teams we'll see all year, just because the alums are in really good shape. Mm-hmm. And then same on the women's side, we had 3 alumni women, finish 1, 2, 3, and they're all extremely, fit right now. So it was good. It gave our current runners kind of some people to chase and people to run with. So it was I thought it was a good start. Hopefully we can get a little bit cooler weather here in the upcoming weeks, but it's good too to get acclimated to the warmer weather.
And what did you? I know both of the teams this year are really young. There's a lot of freshmen coming in. So how did you tell them coming into this race?
Yeah, really. Again, we wanted our game plan today was just working together, and with the heat, trying to be really patient and finish strong the last third of the race. So again, I got to look at the results a little bit more to see how that transpired. But I think people did a pretty good job with that, from what I could tell. Just my initial reaction from watching.
Okay. I know that the season is still super early, but as for your expectations for the season, are you going to take it step by step, meet by meet,
that's
rather than?
Especially with having 11 freshman women and 12 freshman men. I think our focus this year is more on the objectives, day-to-day objectives, week-to-week objectives.
Okay.
And then I feel like when we get a few more weeks into the season, we'll have a little bit clearer picture of what some realistic goals will be. But for right now, we're just trying to obviously do the little things like staying hydrated on days like this, and stretching, take care of little injuries, and obviously with the start of the semester, just staying ahead in school.
And obviously the women's are coming off the 6th straight conference championship, and both teams are qualified for nationals last year, so there might be a small target on your back from all the other competition.
Definitely some pressure there, and that's the thing where we're trying to take it week at a time, because I feel like I don't want them to have to compare to last year. It's kind of like this is a new year, and obviously it'd be great to do those things this year, but I think it's a young team, so there's a lot of work to be done before we can get to that point and start worrying about that.
And and especially the leadership on the team this year will be important.
Yeah, it will be, and I feel like we're in a good spot with that. We've got great captains, and we were at Camp Manitou 2 weeks ago, and this past week was our first full week back on campus, and they've done a good job of setting a good tone. So I think in that respect we're in a good spot.